Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Keaton doing a regional report, like a week late. The reason I'm doing it a week late is because I lent out my camera for a 5v5 team war that never happened between Austin and San Antonio. But yeah, I took Burning Abyss to the regional. I honestly had never played this deck. I tested it a few times on like DN, Defro, and played it when my friends like weren't using it. Like for fun, but other than that, I never played it. The only time I actually like played it and took it seriously was the night before the regional, and it was against Ritual Beast because that was the only person that I was with. So that was the only deck I could test against. So yeah, I didn't do that good, but I'll discuss my matchups if I remember them. And I'll tell y'all why I picked cards and stuff. And I'll also show y'all the side deck and stuff. So we played the basic 3 graph, 3 seer. This was like the best one all weekend, or all day. 3 Skarm, never forgot it. 2 Libic, this card was the shit. 2 Farfo, this card was alright. I mean, the whole reason people play 2 Farfo instead of 1 right now is for Digenlock mainly. And I guess Winda could be a reason. But a lot of the times I ended up milling this card with my opponent not having anything on field, so it was alright. And then 1 Rubik. You may be asking yourself why I didn't play more Burning Abyss names, but these were all the ones that I had access to, and that all the ones I could find in my commons. Then we had 1 Tour Guide. This card, every time I resolved it, I won. 2 Math. This card I used it to send a Libic and then like special a graph or a seer, depending on how far the game had already went on. But most of the time I special a graph and then made a Dante detached graph and special stuff. 2 Valor, mainly for Trish and stuff like that. But yeah, this card put in work a lot. Every time I activated it, they almost never had a response except for like maybe once or twice. With like Book of Moon or something. And then 1 BLS for the last monster. I think that's like 20 monsters, I think, but I'm not sure. For spells, 2 Matching a second. Just make Dangclaw and Koga out to towers. I opted to play back square 1, if it'll focus. I opted to play back square 1, just cause in theory it would get over stuff like Winda and Genlocks, just stuff like that. But this card overall all weekend it came out as a neg. I might as well have played another Wing Blast, but yeah, you can play this card. 2 Dark Hole for out to towers. 1 Rieki, or not towers. Digenlock. Sorry, I'm tired. 1 Foolish. 1 Book. Digenlock, stuff like that. And then I only played 1 MST. I sided the other 2. But this card, yeah, I never really wished I would have played more. For traps, 2 Lake. When I resolved this, I won. There was no way for my opponents to come back. I resolved this against Shadal's and the mirror match. And that was the only times that I drew it and resolved it. So. For discard outlets, play 1 Karma Cut. This card was like the best trap ever. And then 1 Wing Blast. I could only fit these. I could have taken out Mind Crush, but I thought Necros would have been more popular than it was. But yeah, it wasn't. So 2 Breakthrough for Satellanites, Winda, Banish it in the graveyard. Just everything, pretty much. 2 Mind Crush. This card was alright. I mean, I think I resolved it against every single opponent that I played, because every single round went to time for me, because I just, like, I didn't know the deck, so I just, like, stalled out with it, with, like, Seer and Dante, but, still, yeah. 1 Crush card. This card was alright. Yeah, it was okay. 1 Ring. It did its job. 1 Torrential. I never really liked using this card. I usually used it as a discard outlet if I didn't have anything. Yeah. Or discard fodder. one emptiness. This card was the shit. Whenever I activated this, they lost. And then one warning. If I open up this like all day. Like, it was amazing. I believe that's 42 cards. I'm almost positive. Which is an okay number for Burning Abyss, unless you're playing upstarts. And if you're playing upstarts, don't expect to activate them when you mill them. But yeah, for extra deck, 3 Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss. This card, I made this like 99% of the time if I went to extra deck. Yeah, this card was MVP. Actually, against a Shadal player that I played around 5 or 6, I believe. I think 6. He just made a window first turn and said pass, and I was like, alright. Or no, he made a window after I made a Dante. And he was like, okay, pass, because he couldn't do anything. And then he eventually like Regeki'd, and there was like a seer under it. So I special the Dante, added another seer, and then I just started, every time he had like an answer like Dark Hole Regeki, Book, something like that, I would just grab seer and then set the seer, he attack it, a special Dante, and then he couldn't get over it, and then he lost because of it. One downer because I only had access to one. If I had more, I would have played a second one. One owl card. I made this and I OTK'd this plant player. He had like one back row and I went triple Dante and I was like, fuck it. I have a like a Farfa and a Seer or something. And I was like, I'm gonna make this and pop your back row. And then as soon as I made this, he just scooped. So, one Engineer. I made this once to try and do like Engineer, Farfa, Dante. So whenever they try to make a play, I just banish or detach this and then Farfa effect and then banish something. When I had to go home, never made it, but in theory it's very good. One Zen mains. I made this against a Necroz player. I got over his what's that card called? Valkyris. So yeah, it was pretty good. One Fortune 2, never made it. One Nightmare Shark. I don't think I made this. One Giga Brilliant. Maybe made this once. For synchros, just one Virgil, because I only played one Rubik. So, I don't ever think I made Virgil. But yeah, I'm sure I could have. 2 Danclaw. This card, I made it probably like 3 or 4 times. I usually use the Mass Change second just to discard for something. But yeah, whenever I made this, it was a blowout. It was very good. And then Koga. I made this like once, and it got like bottomless or something, but still, it's a very good card. I like it, obviously, since I played it. For side deck, play 3 Maxi, just for mirror match, stuff like that. 3 Lancia. This card's amazing. When I played Necroz, I sided in 2 Lancia, 2 Maxi, and 2 Shared Ride. And yeah, that was just the best side I had for Necroz. Oh no. 2 Shared Ride. This card was alright. I resolved it once. I played against 2 Necroz, and I resolved it once. And I drew. I basically upstarted. 3 Econ for mirror match, and kind of RBs. Like, I would have sided this against RBs if the player wasn't bad, but the player I played was really bad, so I decided not to side at all. I think I sided like 1 Maxi or something. But when I played the mirror match round 1, I sided 3 of these and 3 Maxi, and he braked, so we ended up drawing. 2 MST, just cause it's MST. I opted to play Ceasefire just because I really like playing this card because I don't like going into time at regionals, but I usually like to play this card at regionals just because. And then just because this is Chris's deck, another team of or another player on team YMD. There's this really long story that I guess I'll explain. I decided to play Heavy Slump just because he let me borrow the deck, and then this is kind of like a funny signature card between us. So basically, right when Satella Knights came out, him and our other friend were playing Satella Knights on DN, and they were playing Slump Knights, and basically all they did was Trevere all of their opponent's cards, and then during draw phase heavy slump them. And it was just some funny shit. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna play this and try to resolve it against Necroz. I sided in against Necroz the second one I played, but he blind spaced it. So, but yeah, shout out to Chris as well. I was gonna say that at the end of the video, but yeah, shout out to Chris for letting me borrow this deck. I appreciate it. Even though I didn't do good, still appreciate it. So basically, this whole weekend, I'll try to remember my matchups. Round 1, I played mirror match. He won round 1, or game 1, and then when we, like, 10 minutes into game 2, it was in time, because we were both just stalling, like, Seer Dante, and I was like, alright, I'll scoot, because I'm out of resources. Like, I literally ran out of monsters. So I was like, you got this one. And then we went into game 2, and then he bricked. He opened up, like, I told him to go first, and he opened up, like, set 4 pass, and I opened up tour guides, so you could obviously tell where that went. And he never drew a monster. And when he did, he was like, he was like, activate a Phoenix Wing, discard target Dante, and I'm like, that's fine. And he's like, graph effect that he discarded from Phoenix Wing, and I warning it, so yeah, it was very bad for him. But round 2, I played against, what are those shit's called? Those things with BCR, Glad Beast. I played against Glad Beast. It was actually one of my friends. And long story short, he told me he'd give me the win at first, and then because he knew what I was playing, and then he gained advantage, and then he said he wasn't gonna give me the win anymore. So yeah, it's cool though. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Round 3, I played against Necroz and lost that. Round 4, I played against Fire Fist, and then I just wasn't even mad. Like, I was just playing for fun. So I was like, I was just fucking around. Like, I was a normal summoning like Rubik's and attacking for 100 when he was at like 800. I was just messing around so hard, and it went into game 3 and I won, just because I was fucking around. The round after that I played against Shadalls. No, after that I played against Necroz again. I lost. Then I played against Dolls, went to time and I won. Went to game 3, because as I said, I Seer Dante looped him and he couldn't do anything and he was at lower life points. After that I played against Ritual Beast. He opened up like set 4 every game, or both games, and like one monster, and yeah, so he was really bad, and he was actually a really bad player. And then after that I played against what deck? I think I played against another doll player. I believe that was the last round, and I won. We went to time, and then before that, I don't remember. I remember playing something before it, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, if I remember, I'll let y'all know. Yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed this deck profile. Once again, shout out to Chris for letting me borrow this deck. Part of Team YMD. But yeah, leave a like, tell me if y'all went to a regional this past few weeks, like 2 weeks, hit me up, let me know in the comments how y'all did, what place y'all got, and what deck y'all played. But yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. If there's any decks y'all want me to profile that I haven't, just let me know, and I could probably do that. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next deck profile / update video, and peace.